Hey, hello, my dear young learners. How are you all? I hope that you all are fine. And here I am back for you, bringing with me another new session for you all. So, we are here meeting again at SwiftLearn, which is India's most sincere learning destination, wherein you get the classes for grade 1 to grade 10. Over here at SwiftLearn, we have live and interactive classes with batches of maximum 6 students so that every student gets the attention he or she deserves. Then we have academic mentor team apart from teachers to help you, to support you and to guide you. Then we cover the syllabus as per your school exam schedule so that you can perform amazingly well in your schools also. But wait, there are some of the key features of SwiftLearn which makes it all the more special. So these include detailed progress report. So it will be a progress report which will be given to you by the end of every 2.5-3 months. Okay, so it will be a kind of detailed analysis of what you have been doing in your classes, in your homeworks, in your practice tests. Then we have SwiftLearn Academic Test Series, in which you can compete with the students of your grade. You can see where do you stand and what all things you need to improve. Also, you can take unlimited practice tests which are available on the SwiftLearn portal, which includes 2 categories of subjective and objective. So what are you waiting for? Just go book your free trial class. Yes, the first trial class for you is absolutely free, so you can take a gist of what actually happens here at SwiftLearn. But right now you got to stay here because we are going to study about magnetism. And before that, if you are new to the platform of SwiftLearn, please subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon and press the like button if you like the video. So we are going to start with magnetism part number 3, in which we are going to study about magnetization, demagnetization, electromagnets and what is meant by Earth's magnetism. Now, in our previous class, there are various things which we have already covered. If you have not seen the videos, please go so that everything will be in flow and you will understand everything in a better way. So we studied about magnets, we studied how did we find magnet, what is meant by magnetism, what are magnetic field lines, what is magnetic field, etc. So let's have a quick recall. Talking about natural and artificial magnets. So magnets, they are basically of 2 types. One is natural and one is artificial. What is natural magnet? Obviously, which we find in nature. Example is lodestone. And artificial magnets, these are the magnets which we prepare using certain mineral ores. Okay, so these are the 2 type of magnets that we find. Now, if I talk about magnet, even we can prepare our own magnet, and that is known as magnetization. Okay, we are preparing our own artificial magnet. Now, artificial magnets, actually we prefer it more because they are used for many uses and they are used in large number. So the process of making a magnet by artificial means, it is known as magnetization. If I take a small piece of iron, I can magnetize it, which means I can convert that piece of iron to magnet. Now there are 2 processes which I can follow for doing that. One is stroking it with another magnet and second is using electric current. We will be seeing both these processes. Stroking means a kind of rubbing again and again and again. Okay, so it is done again into 2 types, single touch and double touch. Let us first study about single touch method. Okay, so here we have a piece of iron, you can see it's here, and then we are rubbing it using taking a magnet. Okay, so I'm again and again and again rubbing it here. So after a while it will be converted to a magnet. Next is double touch. So in double touch we are taking two magnets, okay, and we are again rubbing it on the piece of iron. Okay, so there are 2 ways of stroking: single touch, in which we are using 1 magnet, and double touch, in which we are using 2 magnets to convert a piece of iron to a magnet. Next is using electric current. Okay, so here we are obviously using electric current which passes through the object, which passes through the iron, and it is converted to a magnet. Okay, so we will see how does it happen. Now we can destroy an existing magnet also. If I talk about the destroying of any magnet, it is known as demagnetization. So magnetization means making a magnet, demagnetization means destroying any magnet. The magnetic properties of a magnet can be destroyed due to following reasons. So if we don't handle any magnet properly, the magnetic properties, it gets destroyed. So first thing is, if we don't handle it properly. Second is hammering violently. So if I take a hammer, if I keep on hammering any magnet, the properties will be destroyed. Next is heating to a very high temperature. So never ever we should be giving direct heat to any magnet, because the properties will be vanished. And dropping it on the floor several times. So if we drop the magnet, then also the properties gets vanished. Now I just now told you that how we can use electric current to make any piece of iron into magnet. So we are going to see it, how does it happen. A magnet which behaves as magnet only when it is provided with electricity, it is known as electromagnet. Now we are having two words, electromagnet. So whenever we are providing electricity, okay, to any magnet, okay, and at that particular time only it is behaving as magnet, and when we remove electricity, it is no magnet anymore. That is known as electromagnet. Okay, so in electromagnet we obviously need electric current, okay, and the magnet which is formed due to passage of electric current, and till the time the current is passing through it, it remains as magnet. That is known as electromagnet. Now we will be making our own electromagnet. So for this we will be needing very simple things such as iron nail. Then we will be needing copper wire, insulated copper wire. Then we will be needing a battery and some wires and switch, right? So if we take a coil or a rod or a nail, anything, a big nail, and we are going to wind, or we are going to wrap a coil of insulated copper wire, right? And two ends of the coil, they are connected to a battery, as you can see here, okay. And what are we doing? If we switch on, it is electromagnet, okay. So this is the electromagnet. As long as electricity is passing through it, it will be functioning as electromagnet, and as soon as the switch, we are just closing the switch, we are opening the switch, the electromagnetic property, it gets vanished away. Now if I take iron, it is the iron piece inside the coil which becomes strong electromagnet. So this particular thing, it becomes electromagnet. But instead of this iron piece, what if we use steel? If we use steel, then after removing the current, the steel will not be losing the magnetic properties, and it will become a permanent magnet. So if anybody asks that why we use iron and not steel for making electromagnets, the reason is because for electromagnets we need the magnetic property only as long as electricity is being passed. And if we use steel, even after the electricity is cut off, the steel does not lose its magnetic property. And that is why we are not using it in electromagnet. Talking about the use of electromagnet, we are using it to lift very heavy loads, like heavy machines, like some vehicles, right? So we are using electromagnet for that. Then it is used in construction of large number of devices like electric bell. So electric bell, it works on the principle of electromagnet. We have loudspeakers also. It is used to separate iron and steel object from a heap of metal scrap. So when we have a lot of scrap of metal, so we are using this electromagnet to separate iron and steel objects. Now let us explore an activity of a magnet. Okay, we are going to see what activity. Yeah. So before this activity, we are going to see some of the rules that we are going to follow, some of the steps that we are going to follow. We are going to select an electromagnet in which we will be choosing DC source, and we are going to drag the electromagnet, and we are going to see how the electric field changes, okay. and we are going to see the flow of electrons. So let us quickly see this activity. Okay, so we have selected DC source. These loops are the, okay, you can see the loops will be changing here as I increase and decrease the number, right? So let's keep the loops as 4, and then we are just seeing. So see, you can see the flow of electrons, and it actually changes as I change the voltage, right? So if I'm increasing the voltage, you can see the flow of electrons, it becomes faster, and if I decrease the voltage, the electron flow, it becomes slower. Now if I give the reverse voltage, again the flow of electrons, it will be reversed. Okay, so this is the thing that we needed to notice here. And yeah, okay, so we observe the flow of electrons actually as we change the voltage in the DC source. If I talk about our Earth is a big bar magnet. Okay, and its magnetic and geographical poles, they are oriented in opposite direction. Now what does that mean? Let us see. If I talk about a bar magnet, okay, which is freely suspended, it will always point out in the north direction. And why does this happen? Because our Earth is behaving like a big bar magnet. So there are some of the things that we need to see here. The north pole of any bar magnet, it is attracted to south pole of another magnet. That is understood, right? Because of the opposite attract property. The south pole of Earth's magnet is near geographical north pole. So that is very important thing that we need to notice. South pole of Earth's magnet, it is near its geographical north pole. So this is geographical north pole, and south pole of Earth's magnet is here. So these two are aligning, and the north pole of Earth's magnet, it is near geographical south pole. Okay, so these two are opposite here. So this is south magnetic pole, and this is geographical north pole. So we can see that the geographical north pole, it is near south magnetic pole, and geographical south pole, it is near north magnetic pole, and these are all the magnetic field lines. Now to do this experiment of to find the magnetic lines of the Earth, what are we going to do? We are going to fix a plain sheet of paper on a drawing board with the help of pin so that it doesn't move. Then we are going to take a magnetic compass on the paper, and we are going to mark 2 pencil dots exactly at 2 ends, arrow and tail of the magnetic needle. I'll just show you how we are going to do that. We will take a paper, okay, we will take a magnetic compass, okay, and wherever it points out, we will be marking 2 dots. Okay, for example, if it marks here, so 1 dot here, 1 dot here. Next, what we need to do is move the compass such that the tail coincide with the dot marked for the arrow of the needle previously. Now we will pick up this compass, okay, and then we will keep it again to the next position, and we will again mark the dot. So we will keep repeating this experiment, okay, number of times, and then we are going to join all the dots together. So when we join all the dots together, we will be getting a straight line. So this straight line, it is actually representing magnetic lines of force. Alright. Now if we go to a jungle where there is no network and all, and we lose our way, then how to find our way? The answer is magnetic compass. So this magnetic compass, it is also used by sailors and pilots to find their way, to guide their ship and aeroplane in the correct direction. What is this magnetic compass? It is a kind of small box which has glass top, and it has magnetic needle. Okay, so this magnetic needle, it keeps on moving, and it indicates the direction according to which we can move. Now let us see about magnetic compass using another activity. So yeah, now what are we going to do? We are going to either move this magnet or this magnetic compass, and we are going to see the change in the direction. Okay, now see, you can see the magnetic needle moving if I move this magnet. Okay, so see, I'm moving this magnet, and the direction of the magnetic needle, it is changing, it is pointing towards no. Okay, so yeah, this is how it happens. And even if I change the direction of this compass, then also the needle will keep moving. Okay, it will be pointing itself accordingly, taking into consideration the position of the magnet. All right, so this is how the magnetic needle magnetic compass functions, and this is how it helps sailors, it helps pilot, and it helps people to find their directions. All right, now we chose the magnetic polarity, and we just saw the change in magnetic field and how does the compass move if we move the bar magnet accordingly. Okay, now what is difference between permanent and temporary magnet? So permanent magnet is the one which does not lose its property even after removing the electricity, and temporary magnet, it is behaving as magnet just as long as electricity is being passed through it. List any 5 uses of electromagnet and magnet. So magnet, it is used for various uses, like for example, if we need to separate the iron from a heap of various other metal scraps, we are using magnet. Electromagnet, it is used in electric bell. Then we have electromagnet, which is used in various other functioning, like lifting up the heavy loads. It is used in construction of electric bell. So there are various things in which we are using magnets and electromagnet, and we are using electromagnet or magnet according to their use. For example, in electrical bell, we cannot use a permanent magnet, so we separate or we classify them according to their uses. So what are the things that we have covered today? We learned about magnetization, demagnetization, what is electromagnet, and what is meant by Earth's magnetism. So I hope you might have understood everything in today's chapter, in which we learned about various things regarding magnets. We will be meeting in the next class, in which we will be learning a bit more about some new things. And if you have missed out on first and second session, please go see it. You will get through all the things easily. Thank you. Let us meet in the next class.